Good morning, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. I hope it's a wonderful day for you. Yesterday, I brought you a couple of messages about how you can make a difference in the lives of others while growing a highly successful, even a 6 or 7 figure or beyond business, and using that business to fund your passion to help others. Now, if you haven't seen those videos yet, I encourage you to go take a look at my Bridgeport Strategy Facebook page where you'll find them and watch those. There's some tips in there for you and some additional information. So, a few years ago, I was just like you who are looking to start a business or um, still working for someone else, but working your business on the side and not being as successful as you'd like. I started out working for other people. I enjoyed the work and I was good at what I did. I always worked hard to make everyone's lives better through the work that I did, but I can't say that it fulfilled my purpose. I tried to convince myself that the reason I did the work I was doing, even when I owned my own company, that it was truly satisfying my need to be of service to others, to help others discover and fulfill their purpose and their passion in life. That's my purpose in life. I've known the ups and downs of owning my own business. You see, I'm an entrepreneur through and through. And yes, when I have worked for others, I was a great employee. I was dedicated, I was committed, and I always did my best to make sure that that company succeeded to the best of my ability to help it. But none of that compares for me to having my own business, working for my own goals and purposes. I started this entrepreneurial journey as a child, really. I was babysitting, I cleaned houses, I did fundraisers, did door to door campaigns for companies or for programs like Red Cross and others. And over the years, I've had several enterprises, the most successful of which was my staffing firm. My business partner and I started the company in 1996. And by the time he passed away 6 years later, we had 2 offices and we were growing. Things were improving. Over the next 6 years, I continued to add offices and to grow the company. Ultimately, we were a little over $4 million in annual revenue. We had 6 offices in 2 states and we had 3 divisions we were working on. We had 25 internal employees and 200 employees placed with our clients, a little over 200. Business was good, but it wasn't great. And I say that because we were not strong enough to survive the financial crash of 2008. By spring of 2009, we had to close our doors, and I was devastated. Part of the reason that I do what I do is that I don't want others to have to go through what I went through at that point in time. It was so painful, I didn't even leave my house for 2 weeks. I had to mortgage my house to pay the debts of the business. Now, we hadn't borrowed any money. We were running off of our own funds and off the business itself. So we didn't have any loans, but what we had were leases on cars, on copiers, on buildings. We had property taxes to pay in each community that we were in. There were a lot of various things that contributed to that debt. And so my husband and I mortgaged our house in order to pay those debts because we were determined that we were going to pay our debts no matter what. And I had the blessing of having good clients who also wanted to pay their debts. I had one gentleman who took 3 years to pay off his balance with me, but he did it. He wasn't able to pay for a long time, and then he finally, 3 years later, was able to pay. So, like many entrepreneurs, I didn't have a formal education in business. I had taken some general courses at a local community college when I was younger, but I hadn't pursued it all the way to getting a degree. So, like many of you, there was a lot about running a successful business that I didn't know. And innate talents will take you a long ways in business, but eventually, if you want to be really successful, you have to get the tools, the resources, the knowledge. You have to fill in the gaps in order to know how to run a successful business. I finally found the source of those tools, resources, and knowledge. And I use it not only to grow my own business, but I share them with others so that they can grow a successful business as well. You may be aware that 95% of small businesses in the US fail within the first 10 years. Well, my passion is to reverse that number and have it be that 95% of small businesses succeed. And to do that requires a couple of things. First, I need to give you some tools, resources, and knowledge. I need to fill in those gaps for you, and I can do that. In fact, I have an online system, the result of many years of business experience uh, from people who've been extremely successful in business over the years and have put all of this knowledge into an online system. And so I have that to offer you. But it does provide a lot of the missing links in your knowledge about building a successful business. And it does it in a foundational way that takes you one principle to the next principle to the next principle. So you're building upon a solid foundation. If you follow the principles in it, the knowledge, the tools, the resources that we're talking about, if you apply those to your business, then you can ultimately scale your business to that 6 and 7 figures and beyond. Second thing is, I need to be able to work with more than my one-on-one clients. I have the same number of hours in a day or a week that you do. If all my work is with one-on-one clients, which I love and is extremely rewarding to me, it's also extremely limited in fulfilling my passion of helping 95% of small businesses succeed. So I have to multiply myself. And conducting this webinar is a step in that direction of multiplying myself so that I can help more people than if I only do one-on-one work. Don't get me wrong, I love my one-on-one work, but there's a very limited number of people that I can help that way. In fact, frequently I will, after getting off of a conversation with one of my clients, I will go find my husband wherever he is in the home. He's retired, so he's usually here at the house. And I will go find him and say, have I ever told you how much I love what I do? Because I do. It really excites me to be able to help people fulfill their purpose in life. Now, speaking of one-on-one clients, yesterday you got to hear from Stacy in the UK in a previous broadcast that I did. But I want you to hear from Ben also. Ben is a young man on the East Coast with a passion to help other young people find their passion in life and live a very fulfilling life. Now, again, as with Stacy's video, you're going to hear him talking about me a bit. But I want you to listen beyond that. That's not really what I want you to hear. I want you to hear the message that he's really giving, the message of how you can truly pursue your passion and grow a successful business at the same time and use it to fulfill that passion. Ben has some revolutionary ideas for enhancing our educational system so that when folks graduate from college, they don't spend years wandering around in jobs that aren't fulfilling to them, but have a way to get right into their field of passion. All right, if you'll hold for just a moment, I'm going to cue up Ben's video. So I'm going to pause this for just a moment. Okay, so, oops, I need to do one more thing here in order to get this to pick up properly. So let's hear what Ben has to say.
Just months after meeting Regina, someone had told me that it wasn't from my counsel that they were going to kill themselves. This was someone that was lost, confused, and I just wanted to help. I didn't realize that this was going to change the direction that I was going to take in my life. And meeting Regina happened at the perfect time. This woman was discontent with her job and wasn't 100% happy with all the other things going on in her life. I spoke to her how I would speak to myself in that type of situation. At the time, I was working in a startup and I enjoyed it. However, I didn't feel like it was what I was supposed to be doing, and I didn't feel like I was growing. I reached out to Regina who I'd started building a relationship with through LinkedIn, and told her about this situation and asked her if she could help guide me towards rediscovering my purpose and 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 help me get to where I want to go. Enough was enough. I enjoyed helping chronic disease patients, but I knew that there was much more, and there were things that I was much more passionate about, like education that I had strayed away from. Regina's very personable, understanding, and her knowledge is profound. She can really help you not only discover what you want to do or rediscover what you want to do, but also help guide you there in a way that's effective. If you decide to work with Regina, you're feeling lost, confused, maybe your finances aren't where that you want them to be, maybe your social relationships aren't where you want them to be, and you just want to be doing something that makes you happy, I think it would be a very good idea for you to reach out and talk to her so she can help you. You know, this is her passion. She does a really good job at it.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed Ben's testimonial and understand that the tools, the knowledge, and the resources I'm going to share with you tonight in the webinar are going to help you fulfill your passion, help you find a way to fund your heart. If anything I've said here tugs at your heart and brings up your own unfulfilled desire to make a difference in the world, then join me tonight. This is February the 14th, and join me tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time to learn more and to walk away with some tools, knowledge, and resources to fill in those gaps for you and to also help you determine if this is what you want to do with your life. If this is how, if creating a business or taking your business to the next level can help you fulfill your dreams and passion and your purpose in life. The link to the webinar is posted here on this page. It's free. It'll take about 90 minutes, and I hope that you can make it. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below or send me a private message, and I'll answer your questions. Keep an eye on my posts today as I bring you more information about the webinar and other tools and resources that you can apply in your business right away. In my next post, I'm going to be sharing with you some information from a coach out of Australia who helps with mindset. And he has prepared a very special message just for you, just for my audience today. So I'll be sharing that in my next post a little further on today. Have a wonderful day. Happy Valentine's Day again. And I look forward to seeing you tonight at 7 p.m. Central on the webinar. Bye-bye.